going to conclude this part, and then we're going to do a Q&A panel for all of you as well. By the way, promo is going to be shutting down by 4 o'clock as well. So during Q&A, if you do want to still get it, for those of you who still haven't got your PowerPoints, we did reprint them. We brought them back for you, so those will be available. You know, when we did this call a couple of weeks back, we basically talked a lot about what Phyto does, and we wanted to give them a comparison between Fountain of Life, Fountain of Life, FOL, whatever you call it, and then Phytoclinical. And you came up with this analogy because I believe analogies really, really simplify things for people. So give us your analogy of the tree and the forest, and then Jack will have to click for you because it's clickable.
Oh, you can be my clicker.
So everybody knows what a forest fire is. A forest fire.
Does everybody know what a forest fire is? If you're in Vancouver, you especially
What's the
know.
first thing you want to do when you see a fire? Put it out, right? So that's what Fountain of Life is, right? As soon as you're aware of inflammation, you want to deal with that. Once the fire is out, there's always going to be hot spots, so you're not going to discontinue the Fountain of Life, but you want to add something that will help regrowth, repair, and regeneration. And that's what Phytoclinical is. It has a direct impact, like Jack said, on basophils. I could go into all of them, eosinophils, leukocytes, lymphocytes. I bore you to tears. Just know that it has a direct impact on the strength and power and the ability of your immune cells to recover from when you're sick. So two different, completely different things. Phyto is getting the fire out, and FOL is putting the fire out, and Phytoclinical is rebuilding and continues to rebuild in that area. So that's my little analogy. That's what I tell my patients all the time when I'm trying to explain it to them. Why do I need two? Why do I need both? And as I said to you before, I have found the best time to take it early in the morning, 5 minutes to your body, and when you use your FOL subclinical, if you're not doing that, just get used to it. You'll get used to it in 2 or 3 days. How many of you here remember your first cup of coffee? And it tasted terrible, but you drank it anyway because you wanted to be part of the group. You got used to that taste. You will get used to Phyto. You'll get used to FOL. You'll get used to the taste of it. It won't bother you. It'll just be like your coffee. And so the best, absolute best way is when you do it here, it gets right into your bloodstream. It gets right in, and it gets working right away. When you take your Phytoclinical, it gets right in, and it gets to work within 5 minutes. So you have the two things there synergistically. You're going to fight that fire and start to heal.
So if you're sick or you're healthy, doesn't matter. You start off, of course, with your Fountain of Life. And just to show you that analogy one more time, it's when it's on fire, that forest, you put it out. You don't run, by the way. And then, of course, you do that by taking your Fountain of Life drops. And, of course, as you are recovering, you want to make sure you are taking your Phytoclinical. As you can see, we sprinkle it onto the forest to be able to rejuvenate and rebuild it back up. So we're going to do a Q&A for some of you. I know you have some questions as well. We're going to take 2 questions because the boss says that I got to get off stage. I know we have lots of questions, so we're going to do quickly. Ramin says no because we got to cover one more thing. But we have a couple of quick questions that we're going to answer. So, Sherry, quick.
Yeah, so my question, you talk about seasonal allergy. I have bad allergy to pets, like the dogs and cats, of course. I love pets, but I couldn't own them. So is this going to help me in the very near future?
So,
Seasonal allergy.
So I used to be allergic to everything, including work. And I took the appropriate steps. I can say this, like I live by the ocean. I live, you know, we've got trees, there's thousands of leaves. And in Vancouver, we have leaf drifts in the wintertime. All those billions of leaves fall down and they mold. And it's very moldy and very dusty. And when I first moved there, I didn't know about his product. and as soon as I started taking his product, I was fine. So it was just at that time of year when all the leaves pile up and they're rotting on the street. And then in the spring, it gets really dusty with what's left over. So I found it to be very helpful for seasonal allergies, or for lots of allergies.
Yeah, do you know what? It really helps too with molds, like Alan living in the West Coast, where it's wet and moldy. Really helps with molds on cat and dog dander. That causes a lot of allergy problems for people. And you know what? It works really amazing on your cat and dog. Like really amazing. 50% of dogs in North America have severe allergies. They're constantly chewing at their paws, their hair falls out. I've seen it work on dogs within about 3 days. Calms it all right down. So don't be afraid to give it to your animal. And your wife.
I'm not asking about a dog's allergy. I said I'm allergic to dogs.
Yeah, so I think it's I'm not a doctor, but from what I've discovered, it's all about boosting the immune system or regulating your immune system. So between, I think, taking clinical and of course the Fountain of Life, that should help you regulate. If you're already on Fountain of Life, and I see you've got your Fountain of Life t-shirt, you want to make sure that once you get on Phytoclinical, you should be able to see results. Sorry, we have to go to another question. Callie, I know you've been waiting as well. Okay, if we can get the mic to Callie, I got to do 2 questions, and I got to bring up our CEO, and I have a couple questions for you guys. Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm an avid Fountain of Life user. I have tons of testimonials on the YouTube channel. I have a question because I've been suffering from rouleau, which is my red blood cells are thickening and sticking together. Now, I've been taking Fountain of Life for forever since it came out, but I'm still having the chronic fatigue. Like I can barely walk up my stairs at home. I get exhausted. I can't work out anymore. I can't do the regular activities that I used to do just because my body's exhausted. So by taking this product along with Fountain of Life, I noticed you mentioned something along the lines of the blood. Will this help oxygenate my blood so I actually can start moving like I normally used to?
Do you know what? I think the best way to answer that is, do you want to come up to me after? And we'll talk about it a little bit.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks. One more, and okay, there we go. And then I got to bring up our CEO. Yes, Rani. I'm going to say
Hello.
Singapore to Washington.
Yes. Okay, my question is, my nephew has celiac disease, and anything he takes with gluten damages his small intestine. So will he be able to take Phyto to help him?
You're celiac, and you're asking, is there any reason why you can't take it?
Can
No,
he take
no reason at all. A lot of doctors use it for celiac patients.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, last one. The big boss has got to come up.
Can someone who got the metallic valve replacement get the Phyto clinic?
Someone who has an organ replacement, is that what you said?
Not the whole organ, only the valve,
The bowel.
metallic valve.
No, it's safe. Yeah, it's fine.
It's safe?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what about if they taking warfarin?
I'm sorry.
What about if I'm taking warfarin?
Warfarin?
Yeah, platinum.
Just take it well away from it, like give it a 4-hour break. So your first capsule, if you're taking warfarin at 9 o'clock, take this at 12 o'clock. Just
And
give
let
it
your, and let
give it
your
a
doctor
gap.
know.
Okay, and I was lupus patient for 22 years, and I have seen that if I'm taking autoimmune repressant, I can take it. So is there any way that you can go around and stop the hydrochloroquine and take this?
Let's talk after.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think yours is more because it's more specific to you. By the way, when it's something more generic, we can definitely answer it. When it's something more specific to you based on different conditions, much the same like David has the regulatory email. Of course, Jack has the clinical email as well that you can always send, and it's clinical@opulence.com. We'll always be able to assist you in sending emails as well. All right.